Hey everybody, welcome back to a movie geek out time. Almost said unboxing because you distracted me. We're here to talk about a movie we just saw, and we just saw Captain Marvel. Yeah. Yeah, my man, Shazam! Wrong universe. So, just real quick, we will take like a minute and just give you our no spoiler thoughts, but we're not really here to review because we're not movie reviewers, we're not movie critics, we just enjoy movies. So when a movie's worth geeking out over, good or bad, we want to come here and talk to you guys some spoilers, but...
And it's been about another 10 minutes talking about Oscars. No, wait a minute, we're fine.
Yeah. But of course, we'll give you a big spoiler warning before we do that. Also, she distracted me because she sounded good hitting that, but she smacked some leftover pizza, and I'm like, that better not be my pizza, you crush it.
No, that was my pizza.
All right. I get one pizza like every 3 months.
Do you see your name carved on this box?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna carve it on there though, that way I get both. That face. So Captain Marvel, before I take her superpower and get too derailed, her superpower. So again, this is just no spoilers, just want to say, really enjoyed it.
Yep.
Again, no spoilers, but the Stan Lee cameo is awesome, especially considering the time period of the movie and what they did.
You might need a hanky at the very beginning.
The very beginning,
like before the movie even starts.
Yeah, not really a spoiler, but we'll go into the details in spoilers. And then I would say overall, my thought was, I kind of went into this, I don't know, I haven't really had time to get in the Marvel zone that much, but as soon as the Marvel logo started, I was in the zone, I'm ready, and then through the first 2/3, I kind of felt a little like, okay, I'm definitely digging this, but I kind of want a little more, like what's going on, like, I'm just like, it's not as awesome as I want it to be, and I'm like, but maybe I'm just over, and then...
I think you're over.
I know, but then I was going to say, and we'll talk about what in spoilers, but that last third, or like, kind of the finale stuff of the movie is spectacular, and I was thoroughly on board. Thoroughly.
Yeah, I was just going along with the story the entire time. Of course, occasionally I was like, okay, wait a minute, how does that...
Yeah, and we'll get into that in spoilers too, that discussion we were trying to have.
And, by the way, use of music, really fun.
Yeah, and again, more detail there, but yeah, I like what they did.
Music.
Yeah, I know, it makes us feel so old. Yeah, there's a lot of nostalgia for the 90s. Granted, my nostalgia is more in the 80s, but there was plenty in the 90s for me to get behind here.
Yeah.
Some songs I still love to today. The comedy was great.
Yeah.
The de-aging of Sam Jackson is phenomenal.
Yeah, well, they've had a lot of time to work on it.
I know, but I mean, you don't think about it for a second. I'm watching Sam Jackson in the 90s.
And Agent Coulson.
But I don't think his de-aging was as good, but I think it was the hair.
Maybe.
And there's a good amount of Coulson in there, but I could have used more Coulson, but I love Coulson, so, I just wanted more Coulson.
Although, the thing is, strangely enough, where I thought some of the 3D effects kind of failed.
This CGI, huh?
The CGI?
Because we didn't get 3D.
Sorry. The CG kind of failed was when Danvers is in, Captain Marvel is, it's in the freaking previews.
Okay. Well, there you go. If you haven't seen previews, we're venturing into preview spoilers, but not movie spoilers yet.
Yeah.
All right.
When she's in space, her face, because she has that helmet
mask.
thing,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
her face is still visible.
Yeah.
And that looks a little weird.
So, okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, the CG of the face at times, when they go full CG. Yeah, I see. Yeah, that did bother me a little bit of time or two, but I was like, I can let that go.
Meanwhile, they spend all their time with Sam Jackson.
I think that's what it is, but wouldn't you? I mean,
true.
I mean, come on, man. You're gonna make Young Fury.
Goose.
And Goose, the cat is awesome. The cat is awesome. So we did see it in IMAX, which was spectacular. It seemed like maybe about 80% of it was in IMAX. I don't know why they didn't just do the whole damn thing in IMAX, because once or twice it did bug me to see the aspect ratio shift.
Okay, that wasn't just me. Okay,
yeah, no,
good.
that's some movies just shoot the big sequences in IMAX and not the whole movie. And I'm like, why is Marvel even dicking around with that at this point? Just shoot the whole damn thing in IMAX, because there's like 80% in the IMAX format.
Okay,
so
like, I was sitting here going like, wait a minute, did that? Maybe that was my imagination.
Nope, not your imagination.
Okay.
And of course, all the post-credit stuff is fantastic, and we'll definitely talk about that in spoilers in just a minute. But yeah, overall, no surprise. It's a Marvel movie. It's a great time. You like the rest of the Marvel movies? You're gonna like this one. That said, also, I know there's like all this bullshit it's Russian trolls, man. And don't laugh, because if they're in our political system, they're in all our systems. That's just the way. And I'm not even getting political. I'm not saying one side or another. That's more like shit's going down. But a lot of that bullshit controversy has got to be from that shit, because I don't get what people are talking about. Everything about this was cool.
Yeah.
It was cool. I just really dug it, man. some of the incels are really going to be upset about it, but fuck them. No one else is. Moving on. So there you go. That's the no spoilers.
Yeah.
Go see.
Yay!
and then I'm just mad at Regal and the people, all our friends that work at Regal, management, everybody. You know, they don't get it either. But like this new corporate place running it is making some baffling decisions at some point because
Britain as a whole is making some baffling decisions right now.
So the new corporate overlords are British. Okay, I didn't know, but
he told us that way back when.
Yeah. But yeah, for some reason they just kept weird booking, and you can go see it in 3D here tomorrow, but there were no 3D screenings tonight, and I'm like, what? So that sucked. That being said, let's move into spoiler territory. So here comes your warning. Spoilers, 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 spoilers. I'm gonna pretend like I'm, oh God, spoilers, la 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 la, spoilers, spoilers, come on, damn it, no, I'm trying to hit, and okay, you should be gone. So now we're in the spoiler section, and yeah, let's talk about that opening right off the bat. The Marvel frickin' logo. They gut punch you Stan Lee style immediately.
Yeah. So whereas it's usually like just clips and pictures of all the heroes and stuff, it's all of Stan Lee and all of his cameos.
And even some behind the scenes and just like, instead of any Marvel hero, every bit of that is just all Stan Lee's and like a giant portrait of Stan Lee. Yep. And then it's like, you know, R.I.P. Stan Lee or something like that. So they get you immediately.
There's one guy in the theaters going like, oh my God, they're making me cry before the movie even starts.
Which pisses me off.
But at the same...
I want to feel the emotion.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think there was a lot of people who might be kind of relieved and going like, oh God, thank God it's not just me.
Yes, but that's not the intention of the film. They put that in there as an intention to set a tone, and then I'm not here to hear amateur open mic night comedy from some random douchebag.
That was not open mic night. I think that was somebody...
If you're in a movie theater, shut the fuck up.
The movie hadn't...
It's that simple.
Yeah, but
the movie, no. The movie started. That was the start of the movie. The Marvel logo, like the music, all that, that's what draws me in. That says it's Marvel time. They're sucked into the universe. And they chose to do this.
I don't think that was somebody intentionally being an asshole.
Well, it doesn't, the intent doesn't matter. They were. Because they made me think about the fact that I'm not sucked into a Marvel universe and I'm sitting in a theater with people that won't shut up. Other than that, it was good. Sorry, you know me, I gotta rail against that shit. Somebody's got to. You know, and then like the guy next to me with his watch lighting up and doing this every second. And I know, even though I forgot my watch today, that's a thing, but it's like, you don't have to do this every time, bro. Pay attention to the movie. Yeah. Sorry, those are my only annoyances. Okay, sorry. Rant over. So that was cool though.
Right.
The Marvel Stan Lee thing.
Yes.
Okay. Then what? Where do you want to go from here?
I know right after the movie ended, we start going playing like, okay, history of the Tesseract.
Yeah, because the Tesseract makes a surprise MacGuffin cameo here. And yeah, we struggled for a while trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And then we finally got it down to, and again, we are in spoilers here. We finally got it down to, well, I guess we don't know what happened between it going in Goose's belly all the way to when, at the post-credit scene of Thor.
Yeah.
When the doctor guy is actually Loki and S.H.I.E.L.D. and they're showing him in the case. And then, of course, the last post-credit scene is awesome because it's Goose. And I knew, like, I don't know if you could tell, but I was starting to snicker a little bit before anybody else picked up on it.
Well, I know it's CGI cat right off the bat. So I was like, okay, they're going to do something.
Well, I mean, that, yeah, okay. Well, yeah, I think there's a whole other thing there. My point was, I knew in that post-credit scene that he was about to do the cat hurling thing.
Yeah.
Like, even before he made any motion, I'm like, wait a minute, we've lingered on the desk. The cat jumps up. Oh, he's gonna start retching. Yep, there he goes. He starts retching. So that was cool. So now we kind of know what the Tesseract.
Where Goose is current day.
Well, and that's what I said.
He'll show up in any game.
Since that would be cool. I mean, this is, but you know.
By the way, stop calling him the cat. He's a flirgle.
Whatever. He's Goose. He's Goose, man. But no, I liked that they, you know, they did all that, but they could show up in the future. However, comic accurate, Goose really should have gone off with Carol because it's supposed to be, you know, her pet in the comics. But
well, yeah,
but I guess
she's also
S.H.I.E.L.D.'s
stationed
cat.
on Earth in the comics.
That's fair enough too. And then I love that Fury was sitting there doing the Protector Initiative, and that it was her jet plane. Her call sign as a fighter pilot was Avenger, so he's like, the Avengers Initiative. So I thought that was really cool. But the moment before that, if you heard me like almost freaking out when he's talking to Coulson about, you know, we need something more. I thought they were going to set up this. I thought they were going to set up the Sword people.
Oh yeah, that
I thought that's where it was going, but it really was just more of the Avenger thing. So,
yeah.
Which makes sense. You don't want to over-set things up.
But the thing is, with them going more cosmic, Sword might actually come in the next phase.
That's kind of what I'm hoping. That's why I was thinking maybe that's where it was going to happen. So, mild disappointment it didn't, but that's not like a knock at the movie. Yeah. That's just fan expectations. You know what I mean? That's like getting mad. No, I'm not going to open that can of worms.
Yeah. So I don't think the Tesseract was involved with how Captain Marvel gets her powers in the comics. I could be wrong, but
not to my knowledge.
But it's just like, okay, so she's got the power of one of the cosmic stones, which is why should be a threat to Thanos.
I don't think that power came from. I don't think any of that was Cosmic Stone related. Yes. Was her drive? I guess it was Tesseract related. Because
they said where the energy for that engine came from was on the station. It's like, oh, okay. She calls in her notes a Tesseract.
Yeah. Well, again, I hadn't had the time. The movie moved so fast, I hadn't quite had the time to connect those dots. But yeah, you're right. Although that means Thanos is more powerful than her, then, because he's got more of the stones than she does.
Yeah, but
then again, we saw her power unbridled, and it's like, oh, yeah, over 9,000 indeed.
She went Super Saiyan.
Yeah, and I mean, we all knew that from the trailers, and we're not knocking at the movie. I think that's just us as like Dragon Ball fans, like. Can we have a good Dragon Ball movie? Because, like, they can do it. That's what it should look like. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know who the hell you
cast.
And
then not completely rewrite the story and...
that's evolution, my ass. They evolved
de-evolution.
De-evolution. There you go. But yeah, so all that was really cool. Let's see. The use of the music.
Yeah.
I love that they use all these 90s songs. In a minute. I wanted to get another thing in.
All right.
Maybe. But I don't know if we'll break or not. We'll see. But
music, 90s, use of songs.
Yeah, I love they used the whole Celebrity Skin for the ending credits. I've always loved that song. Now, the one thing is, in that fight, where they did, and I knew the song immediately. Again, I'm like, oh, okay. Apparently, I'm like the ska kid or whatever. Ska, but ish, the song. I love ska. But they dropped No Doubts, I'm Just a Girl. And I could tell from those opening notes. And it's like right as she's figuring out, wait a minute, I'm like really powerful. And I can really whoop these guys' asses. And I'm of two minds. I can't settle on where I feel about that. Because I think it would have played better with like actual badass orchestral music as she's figuring it out. And then I worry that maybe the song and the joke is a little too on the nose and went for too long, but I don't know. It does kind of work.
I think if they had worked the choreography to go with the music
a little better,
more, it may have worked better.
Yeah, that may be the only thing.
But it was like, because they weren't choreographed together.
Yeah.
I think it kind of fell flat.
Yeah, I think that may be my issue with it. I mean, it's one of those things I'd have to watch again, because I'm not hating on that. I just don't know where I land on that one choice. Yeah. But I think the way they used everything else was pretty fantastic. And I like Nick Fury singing. Because
it's like the battle scene at the beginning of Guardians 2, where it was, they were doing music. Well, one of the reasons that worked is because you're following Groot, and Groot's dancing to the music.
Well, and also, I think that was your phone.
That was my phone.
And also, James Gunn wrote those scenes to the song he knew he was going to use. So, so that was definitely planned out, where this maybe feels a little bit more as an afterthought, and they made it work as best they could. Yeah. So again, not hating on that, but, I mean, it kind of worked. And yeah, the 90s nostalgia was real, though, with like payphones and pagers being the new technology, and, Game Boy and Radio Shack and all those kind of things.
It's like, can you point me to your communications center? I'm sitting arguing Radio Shack.
Yeah, I was like, there, Radio Shack, yeah. I love the introduction of Fury and Coulson and like the S.H.I.E.L.D. team on the scene. How just kind of nonchalant they are with her. She's like, oh, shapeshifters, huh? All right, well, you're under arrest. He's like, let me save your life.
And Coulson go like, why did you leave me behind?
That was the best part. That's my favorite part, because not only did we get Agent Coulson, we get Agent Scrollson, which... Kudos to me for thinking of that. I'm sure 1,000 people have, but I'm very proud of that thought. But yeah, because that was such a great reveal that they're driving in the high-speed chase, which is intense while the train thing's going on. And, Coulson's cruising along, and Fury gets the call. It's like, Coulson? What? So that was really cool.
Yeah.
I love the transformation of the Skrulls. It looked gross and painful and realistic, They found a way to not make it too cheesy CG.
Yeah.
Almost like blistering out of themselves. The fact that they were actually the good guys.
Yeah, and that was I'm kind of curious to see how that plays out. If they really are good guys or if they're just guys.
That's what I was thinking.
Because you have the whole Secret Wars. I think that's right, or arc.
Yes, yeah, that was Skrulls. Yep.
Infiltrating like everything. So you're kind of going like, well, if you know about that, it's like, have we changed things, or is it just that?
Well, I think you're right. I think that's what it's going to be. Is it's like the Skrulls aren't inherently bad. They're a race of people, and like any race, they're going to have their good guys and their bad guys and everything in between. Because you could say the same about the Kree, you know? Because
like Talos is going like, I've got a lot of blood on my hands.
That's like, yeah, it's war. It's dirtied our hands. Yeah.
But at the same time, you see him with his family, and you're like, aw.
Yeah. Good old Ben Mendelsohn, man. I just love that guy.
His interview with EW where he's just like, yeah, you know, you're just scrolling along, and you got these cream all up in your face.
I need to see that, apparently. Yeah, and I love the reveal of Marvel is actually, like, her Lawson, you know, Annette Bening?
Dr. Lawson.
Is it
Annette Bening? Yes.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool, because we were wondering, like, in her interviews, how she's like, well, I got to have so much fun. So you knew she was getting in on some of the action. Yeah. And I love that as, like, her being her version of the Great Kree intelligence. And I like that they kind of got a little Doctor Strange reality warpy in that mindset thing. I thought that was all pretty cool. However, I do kind of think, though, when she's defeating her in her mind, and, like, oh god, Jude Law, I've already forgot his character name. Yargo. I don't know.
I don't know. Something.
Anyways, point being, he and some of his troop are surrounding her while she's tied up, and they're just watching her like, she's like beating it. She's escaping. Like they see her like burning off the tendrils holding her down. I'm thinking, does anybody maybe just want to shoot her? You know? Just again, a nitpicky thing that just kind of popped into my brain. It's like, all right, well, we'll skip past it. It's comic books. It's fine. Her best friend was really cool. Yeah. Rambo, and the daughter, who I think becomes a Captain Marvel, I think I heard, or something like that down the line in the future. She becomes something important, some character.
She's not. Oh, she's not. Who's the Iron?
No, that's Riri Williams, Ironheart, which I would love to see done live, but that's not who that's supposed to be. I think we saw the same Nerdist video that explained it, I'm pretty sure. So. But yeah, they were great. They were charming.
I think she might. I don't think she becomes Captain Marvel, but I think she does become a different superhero.
Yeah, so I'm kind of anxious to see where they kind of go with all that stuff in the future. Didn't talk about the biggest, baddest, the mid-credit scene.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, that is awesome. That is like the thing you hope you're going to get in a movie like this, but you figure, no, they aren't going to give us anything that big. But we actually get a taste. And like, they could have easily, they did the whole beeper thing, you know, with all the Avengers looking at the world's tally of snapped people. And they could have easily just left it with, you know, them like the power's drained and, oh god, there's an intruder at the door or something. But the fact they actually turn around and we see Captain Marvel interact with Black Widow while the others are standing there, even though it's only a couple months away, just getting that early taste of, ooh.
It's kind of like when they did that scene in Winter Soldier with the Winter Soldier and his...
Yeah, at the end of Ant-Man?
I think so.
I think that was one.
Captain America and the Falcon go like, well, what are we going to do with him?
Right? And I can't tell. That was one of the things I was wondering about that mid-credit scene too. Like, is that the case of, I guess it's got to be. Because if that's their first meeting of Captain Marvel, that has to be in the movie. So it wasn't its own scene. Yeah, I was wondering that up until that point. You know, when she shows up, I'm like, oh yeah, no, we just saw a clip out of Endgame, and that's awesome. Even though Cap's beard looked shorter than I remember it looking. But whatever. I guess we know he has a beard when he meets Captain Marvel now. And she's probably like, nice beard, creepo. He's like, oh, I better go shave. Because I want to be your friend. Everybody's my friend in the Avengers. I'm friends with everybody.
Stop it, Gordon. All right. Thing is it just me, or does she look I know technically she's older, but I don't think she really ages.
I think that's supposed to be the thing,
but she looked a little wore out.
Well, apparently, you know, she had been going... That's Deb. Apparently she had been...
Deb. Hi, Deb!
Yeah, come be in the video, Deb. But apparently, yeah. So if we pause in a minute, that's why. And if she pulls this way, but hang on.
I wonder if she figured out if it's us.
I don't know. I know, right? Anyways, let's talk about the review. We'll see if we're going to catch Deb here in just a minute. But yeah, I mean, we're close to the end anyway, so... God, what else is really good? The dog fights with like the starfighters and going through the canyon. That stuff was so cool. Oh yeah, Flortle Goose.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that was so cool. And of course, we kind of knew it was coming. We knew enough about it. But also, like when the G-forces pin it like against the box. That was great. And then when the gravity is gone, and his little head starts floating down, and he's like clawing for Fury's arm. She's on the move. We'll see if she's going.
Yeah. Huh? Yeah, she's looking forward.
Nope, she's hunting Pokemon. Shh, be very, very quiet. Deb's hunting Pokemon. Wow, that's really fun. Yeah, and then it scratches out his eye. Yeah. Which actually...
Well, Fury went a little far.
Yeah, Fury's love of that cat is adorably cool. But I didn't think that was the case, because there was like the story that was supposed to happen in the later or something, because Robert Redford was in the picture. At least that's the story he told in Winter Soldier. Like Robert Redford was like, I was there when that happened or something. I don't remember the details, but I know that was a thing, so I was like, it's not supposed to happen here. But then Coulson brings him in all these fake eyes, and Coulson's like, I heard the Kree tortured you, or blah, blah. He's like, I will neither confirm nor deny that rumor.
I have a feeling this is one of those stories that, like, every time it's like the Joker going like, you want to know how I got these scars?
Well, and I think that's how they rectify that thing. So it's like, you know, Robert Redford's character has one story, Coulson has another. Like, everybody has a story about how Nick Fury lost his eye, because he's not going to tell him this intergalactic space cat clawed it out because he was getting too up in its grill. You know, it's like, that's the least Fury thing ever. But that was really cool. And then breaking out of the prison with the room, the locked room with the thumbprint and all of that. That was really cool. Her effects are cool. The fights were cool. Yeah, man. I mean, it was a really good time, and it unfolds in a unique way. It's not terribly a typical story the way that plays out. So that was all really good.
Yeah. Well, oh God, when they were digging through her memories, it's just a voiceover going like, "What the hell's this?" No, back up.
Yeah.
No, do it again.
Yeah.
No, do it again.
Take me back there. Yeah, that was really trippy and cool.
No,
and
focus on the thing.
Kind of like a Doctor Strange thing, but in its own style. It wasn't like ripping off that style, you know, so they've set the tone in the universe that they can do those things. So,
so this is just like, and watch her go like, do you hear the voices?
yeah, in her own dream memory things, like, do you hear that? That was cool. But yeah,
I get really hungry for this pizza.
I know, and I liked it. We'll wrap it up. But that was one last thing I was going to say. I liked that her name was Vers, and it never occurred to me until they did the broken dog tag thing that Vers, because they had the last part of the Carol Danvers dog tag. I was like, that's kudos, Marvel. Yeah. Ronan the Accuser didn't quite feel as imposing as I would have thought he would, but honestly, it's way earlier. He wasn't as much of a religious zealot.
Yeah, he hadn't broken bad yet.
Right. I would have liked more from Digimon Hondu. How do you say? I don't.
Yeah.
The guy from Guardians. No,
he is.
You're right. I didn't even. Oh, we're getting a lot. There's too many characters in Marvel and DC now. They just can't not cross over. But yeah, so a little bit more from them would have been kind of neat, but you know, it is what it is. Really enjoyed watching her just whoop everybody's ass. So when she sent the Kree packing Ronan's ships, and Ronan's like first in command, they just kind of look at each other like,
we're gonna warp out here now.
Yeah, take us back to the warp.
We'll be back for the weapon later. No, the woman.
Yeah. It's like, all right, we'll see. So maybe we'll get more Ronan the Accuser in the future, but
I think so. If we get a second Captain Marvel
in the past.
Future from that point.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Future too.
It'll be interesting to see what they do with it. So, very cool. But yeah, I think that covers it. We geek out about. I geeked out about all the things I want to geek out about.
Yeah.
Goose.
Oh, he's a handsome little man.
Fury, it's a bit much. Come on, buddy.
Oh, he's a handsome little man.
Yeah. Oh, and then he's like. Oh, I loved it too after he realized it and he picks the cat back up. And he's like, I'm gonna pick you up now, okay? That was awesome. Yeah, that was just really, really cool. And the shape-shifting stuff was cool. The punching the grandma scene on the train was cool. And then all the people trying to stop her from chasing her down. It's like, bitches, like, this is a threat. Did you not see her fucking parkouring? What makes you think I'm the bad guy here? Yeah. But yeah, and I like how they did the color change. You know, they did a really good job of utilizing a lot of her different suits. I did too. The one where she's like, no. I was like, I kind of like that. Like, that needs to be a bonus in a video game at least.
That's futuristic 80s shit right there.
Yep, I really liked that. But yeah, I think that's enough. So there you go. There are our thoughts on Captain Marvel. I'm sure you're going to see it, but you can let us know. Obviously, this is the spoiler video, so talk spoilers if you'd like, and we look forward to hearing what you have to say, so comment below, yeah?
Yeah.
Other than that, you can click your thumbs up button, give us the good old thumb of encouragement, as we do love to be encouraged. You can check out the Stardust app, look up TheEricButts, or use the link in the description below, and you can see our reviews. Like, we've already put out our 30-second... It's because you're hot. You can already see our 30-second review, even before we shot this is already up, so you might want to check that out if you can. All right, other than that, though, we're going to get out of here, and I'm going to go kiss this beautiful lady a lot, more than she wants me to. And, ooh, that sounded wrong.
Yeah.
Within the realms of consent. Let me just clarify that. I don't know if that sounds much better. I'm going to get out of here before I make this any worse.
I think it's too late, sweetie.
Too late. All right. We'll see you all later.